Thanks for Riding presents The Riding Times. Cedar Fair just don't care. They're not waiting for anybody and have wasted no time in making their major new ride announcements for 2018. On National Roller Coaster Day, no less. Cedar Point will be getting another record-making roller coaster. A hybrid roller coaster of epic proportions. Steel rails on top of wooden supports. Wow! They're making them out of steel now. Wait, I forgot. Steel Vengeance, which may be more aptly named Steel Relief, considering the ride it's replacing, will give to riders a new smooth, steel take on the old, rough, uneven ride of the Mean Streak. It will be a hypercoaster with a 205-foot tall lift, a 200-foot vertical drop, will reach a top speed of 74 miles per hour, and feature 4 inversions. It's sure to be a steel humdinger. In fact, Steel Vengeance will hold 10 records in the relatively new steel-wood hybrid category. I'm sure Cedar Point will hold at least one of these after 2018. Right? Magnum? Millennium Force? Dragster? Knott's Berry Farm is going for some hang time in the form of a new creation from the boys at Gerstlauer. The surf-themed roller coaster will be of the Infinity design. The roller coaster will feature a 150-foot tall vertical lift and beyond vertical drop into a twisted layout with multiple inversions. It should provide infinite thrills to the patrons at the farm. Who needs 2 rails? That's what California's Great America is answering in 2018 with a first-of-its-kind roller coaster. It will be called Railblazer. This will be a Rocky Mountain Construction Raptor roller coaster, a steel experience with narrow, single-file trains that ride on a single box-beam steel rail. The experience promises to be smooth, smooth, smooth. Like me with the ladies. And like me with the ladies, this roller coaster will take you on a ride through a wonderful landscape of rockwork and water features, while also dropping you vertically 100 feet and turning you upside down 3 times. I've said too much.
Pardon me, Thanklyn, but I've got some breaking news. Six Flags Fiesta Texas has already announced the same Raptor roller coaster. This one claims to be the world's first. It will be called Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster and feature the following elements: 45-degree lift, 90-degree drop, Raven inversion, off-axis airtime hill, lateral twist, mid-course dive loop, 180-degree stall inversion, 0G roll inversion, overbank turn, final brake run, moving station, load and load track, and more!
Wow! I wonder which one really is first. The Wonder Woman Lasso of Golden Truth sounds wonderful. And what about King's Dominion? Are they finally adding a right side to the park? No. Think Twister and Mystic Timbers, put them together, add some steel, and you've got the new roller coaster experience coming in 2018. Twisted Timbers. The new Rocky Mountain Construction creation will be built on the remains of the former Hurler. Remember Wayne's World? Me neither. The new roller coaster will feature a 109-foot tall barrel roll first drop, a total of 3 inversions, 20 airtime hills, and a top speed of 54 miles per hour. And what's in the warehouse? Theming. And that's the new... Wait, there's actually one more. Let's go beyond Cedar Fair to Silver Dollar City, where they have announced a spectacular new roller coaster for 2018. Time Traveler, a topic I know a little about, will be the world's tallest, steepest, and fastest spinning roller coaster. Wow! The cars will have a controlled spin as they are launched twice and navigate 3 inversions. This ride promises to be thrilling enough to take you to another time. I'm hoping I can do just that. Maybe a time before FastPass. And now, there you have it. The 2017 Roller Coaster Day announcements of the new for 2018 roller coasters. Confusing and amazing. Thanks for riding. Holy shit! It is already time to talk about what is new for next year. What year is it? It's 2017, and we're talking about what's new for 2018. Well, let's actually start with the first announcement that happened, which took place back in March, I believe, sometime like late winter of this year, 2017. Busch Gardens Williamsburg decided to announce their new for 2018 attraction. They are really off the charts. They're on their own schedule now because they announced Invader like winter of 16, right? Like winter or
they announced
right after
that
Christmas or something
early.
like that. Yeah, it was weird. So I guess by this coming winter we'll know what's new for 19.
They're going to announce it so early that you'll forget about it.
Yeah, it's well. This one I understand more actually. Invader I guess could have been good, but we talked about that now. But or did we? Release order. It's a funny thing.
Yeah.
So what do we got cooking for 2018? Busch.
Hey, good looking. We got a VR thingy. So what was Corkscrew Hill?
So I'm out. Whatever.
Okay.
I mean, so far it's only been a special overlay onto an existing attraction.
Oh, it's overlay on top of overlay on top of overlay.
No, but I mean VR. Like we've only seen VR pushed as like a special.
Oh,
like for these 2 months, you can come and ride this roller coaster with VR glasses or goggles or a phone, a Galaxy.
Right.
On your face. So, this is now the first time that VR is being pushed as like, that is the attraction. It's not something that existed already and we're putting VR on it. It's like, this is the new for 2018 thing. But again, I'm also kind of wrong at the same time because it also is sort of something that existed that we're putting VR on. So, I don't know.
Well, they're actually doing something that I'm not sure has been done before. They're taking the simulator theater, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Right.
That they used for Corkscrew Hill and for, what was one after that? Europe in the Air.
Most recently, that one. Yeah. Originally, Questor.
Is it the same
exact
thing?
No, they took those
not.
pods out, though.
Yeah.
Those are the old pods, and that's right. They had new ones.
Yeah.
New, like, open air ones, where it's more like a theater. Yeah.
And they're going to give you VR glasses or a phone with the goggles or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And you're going to do that with the motion of, like, the simulator. So, I don't know.
So they just removed the screen out of the equation, and now you have it on your face. Everybody wears their own screen.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I feel like it can't be as good as the giant screen in front of you because I feel like it might be a little too isolated, but who knows? It could be convincing. I don't know.
I'll just say it's all going to depend on the quality of the phone that they use, the device that's going to actually produce the image. And the goggles, too. Whatever, actually, I'm not sure what's more important, but all I know is when I've had these experiences at the Six Flags parks on the rides, it's usually blurry. I never can get it where it's totally crystal clear from my eyes.
That's a good point, yeah.
It's always, and I don't wear glasses or anything either, so I'm not like necessarily a hard case.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It should be easy. I see fine normally. I should be able to get to a point, adjusting a little bit with the knob, that I can see it perfect. And I can't. I never can. It's always a little off. So I don't want to have a simulator that's a little off, a little blurry. That's not going to be fun for me. So that's the thing. I mean, if they have a new model or they work with someone else that's not Samsung, then great, if they can figure it out. So I mean, this is a real to be seen. The theory on paper, it actually could be cool. It could be something different and unique in a way to kind of save their simulator at that park, which I'd like to see reopened. So that's good. I like that. That Killarney needs an attraction for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I like all that. It really is going to depend on the hardware.
I don't know. I'm on the fence on if they should keep that simulator building or just tear it down and do something new altogether. I don't know.
Start over.
Because at this point, how many attractions have been in there? A lot.
And none has ever really made that land blow up.
Right. So I don't know.
Set it on fire, so to speak, and yeah.
I'm at the point where it's like, I don't know, maybe you should just kind of tear that building down, guys, and start over.
Kind of perpendicular to that is that theater, the old, most recently Castle O'Sullivan.
Oh, yeah. And they're not using that.
That's also vacant, so that they could tear all that out. It's going to be like kind of two warehouses that are behind the facades, the castle facades that we see. And there's got to be a decent amount of space then.
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, they could really do something there.
Then you could do maybe a coaster. I mean, it wouldn't be a giant one, but something.
Yeah.
Or a really spectacular flat or something. I don't know.
Or another dark ride.
A second dark ride. Wow, that'd be something. Yeah, they don't have an interactive dark ride.
Oh,
Dark Castle's great for what it is, but they could do a shooter.
Yeah,
they
could, yeah.
Something, a leprechaun collar. Got to round up the leprechauns, It wouldn't be violent, because that park wouldn't do something violent. I couldn't see that.
No.
But, it could be like rounding up the leprechauns in Ireland, something like that. I think that would actually do a lot better than the stuff they had there.
Yeah.
And even this VR. A lot of people, especially over a certain age, it makes you dizzy.
Yeah.
It makes you sick, It's just not going to have the widest of appeal. I don't think. It's definitely a younger audience will maybe get into it and be into it, but maybe not, because they use their phones, more than we do on a daily basis, though. They've already done this. They already have their own set of goggles at home. I understand you don't have a motion platform at home, but
But you also sort of touched on another point, which is people who wear glasses, I'm sure, have a hard time with this VR goggle stuff. And that's a lot of people.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Or that wear contacts even. Like myself, I wear contacts. I don't know, maybe that's part of the reason why it's always kind of blurry for me.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why I say the screen. Part of the reason why I say the screen is better. Just the big screen.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, nothing's going to replace that. That's still the best way to do it.
Yeah.
It's in focus, everybody can see it. That's it. If you have glasses, you can keep them on.
Yeah, and I know...
Whatever they're going to have programmed on the devices, why didn't they just make it on the screen?
Right, yeah.
Or always give you the option. Make it optional. Have it projected on the screen, and then if you want your own personal thing, and if that's going to enhance it, right?
Yeah.
Right? Why not, why not give it both ways?
Plus, I think it's going to be weird if the audio is coming from speakers on the outside, just like blaring into that open space, and you have your little goggles, as opposed to like having headphones or earbuds in. I feel like that's going to be strange.
Yeah.
But anyway, this whole thing remains to be seen.
Yeah, it's an experiment, really. No one's done it yet here.
It doesn't sound really great on paper, but it does have potential, I'll say.
It'll be good to have something in that part of the park.
Well, yeah, they definitely need something there.
For now, even if this is just a Band-Aid, just a temporary fix, until they can plan on what they're going to do if they did mow half those buildings down and figure something out. Also, in between those two things is that was the beer school, Anheuser-Busch, and then it just became like a pub, but it was never really. I don't think anybody really goes there. It doesn't serve food, right? It's just like just a bar with beer only. It's not a full bar. Like beer and wine. It's like a beer and wine bar.
Maybe they have some
and
quick,
they always
quick bites. I don't know.
They just sell pretzels, or something like that. Pretzel sticks, but that's not really being used much anymore either. So all that stuff is expendable. In other words, is my point. And you could have that whole space to do whatever you want with, redevelop it.
Right.
Do a whole new thing. So good luck, Busch Gardens, with that one. All right, that was an early announcement. Now let's get into what's coming out more lately this summer. For whatever reason, Six Flags the last few years has done all of their parks on one day. They are doing that again this year, August 31st, 2017. However, for whatever reason, one park jumped out of line and decided they'd announce on their own. They did it like late July, like about a month early. That park is Six Flags Fiesta Texas. All right, it's we're getting it. We've been hearing about these things for a little while. We're getting a Rocky Mountain Construction Raptor coaster. The first one of these, or is it? The first one to be announced, I suppose. I wonder, actually, if this is the only one that the entire Six Flags chain is getting, which we don't know yet. It may or may not be. If it is, though, I'm going to think maybe they did this because they wanted to get ahead of Cedar Fair. And that may be the only reason why they gave the green light for this one announcement to happen early. They wanted to steal the thunder from Cedar Fair. Possible.
Could be.
It's a little ride. I don't know. It looks like it could be fun.
Yeah. Well, this is brand new. I mean, it's never been built before. This is a new thing from Rocky Mountain. You ride single file on a single rail.
Yeah, you're just like riding an I-beam.
essentially.
I have to believe I'm not alone in thinking that I was a little disappointed. I was hoping that well, hold on. I should back up a second here. There's they're calling this the Raptor. This model, I guess, this type of coaster. Right. But there's also the T-Rex, which is the larger version where you can ride 2 in a row.
Rows of 2.
Yeah, and I was hoping that parks were going to go for that, not the single file one. Because, I mean, I don't know, maybe the layout would have been the same, maybe the experience wouldn't have changed that much, but I guess I was just hoping for bigger stuff. Not that this couldn't be cool and good and be thrilling, but I guess I'm always hoping for bigger and better.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's kind of counterintuitive. You know, like Rocky Mountain, for their part. They developed this all steel. It's the first time they've done something like this. They've only done like steel on top of wood. They've never done just their own from the ground up steel roller coasters, and now they're finally offering those. And they did it in 2 different kind of size/budget categories. Yeah. But you know, it's like this smaller one, I guess, was for parks that are on more of a budget, like smaller parks. And then like any of the major chain parks, that's really what they would have made the T-Rex version for. So it's weird if the major chains are going to get the smaller version, then where's the market for the big one?
Yeah.
Like, who's getting that? Because, I mean, we know Disney's not putting one of these in.
Right.
Universal, like, I guess maybe actually, because they do buy other people's, unique hardware sometimes and then adapt it to whatever they want to make. But that's not likely either. So it's unfortunate. It's like, already, and then it looks like if Six Flags, and we'll get to it, but Cedar Fair are going for the small one, then it's like, I don't know, are we ever going to see the big one?
Yeah.
And it's like, it is disappointing. I'm sure even the smaller size is still expensive, but I kind of feel like even Rocky Mountain, this is not necessarily what they were going for.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, honestly, I'm a little annoyed that they even offer the Raptor size.
Yeah.
You know?
It would have been fun if they only had done the big one, then they would force the parks to get that.
Because 2x2 is like, come on, that's standard. That's not single file.
Standard, or 4, B&M. So we've already gone way above that. Yeah, these kind of things these days are seeming like a step backwards. Rides getting like smaller, more modest, and the worst part, lower capacity.
Right.
Regardless, I mean, maybe it's still a thrilling experience, and I understand you don't have to always just be the sheer biggest to be the best. However, lower capacity, you're never going to sell me on that. There's nothing good about that. I'm going to have to wait longer. I'll get less rides out of it. Fewer people will get to experience it. That's not good. That is not good. No matter how you dice it. Single file is also kind of weird. I mean, of course, it's not unprecedented in any way, shape, or form. Look at Matterhorn or Space Mountain in Disney, Whizzer. However, I think it may be safe to say this will be the most intense ride that will ever seat people single file.
Potentially, yeah.
And I wonder if that'll matter. A lot of casual park goers, sometimes they're on the fence about whether to ride that more extreme new attraction. And sometimes it's like they go because they're going to go with someone else. And like, I'll take you on, don't worry. I'll hold your hand, Especially if it's like a guy and a girl, and then the girl's timid. And then it's like, I'll hold your hand, don't worry. If you're single file, that adds another freak factor. Because like no matter what, you're going to seem more isolated. I wonder if some people won't go. They'll be like, oh, I can't even have the person that's going to be the comfort for me next to me.
Right.
I don't want to do that now. Definitely not. I don't know, that's just a thought that I'm having.
Yeah, no, the isolation factor I think is valid. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and then it also cuts down on it's the group experience sometimes on these things that's also fun, and then that's less. It's not taken away altogether. You can see people in front of you and behind you, unless you're in the very front. Yeah, I wanted to see the bigger one, but I'm sure the ride itself will be fine. I think the whole thing is that this is supposed to be very, very smooth. Taking out the idea of having 2 rails, and I guess the fact that even with today's manufacturing standards and computers and all that, one rail could always be slightly off here or there from one piece to the next or something, and that creates just the slightest little imperfections and the slightest little bumps and jerks along the way. And if it's all one piece, it's all one I-beam, I guess you take that out of the equation. And now it's just like, it's going to be glass smooth, and even as it ages, it will just be glass smooth all the time. The only limiting factor would be, I guess, the wheels on the train itself. So I get that, and I'm curious to try one of these eventually. Other than that, though, I mean, they're just average height, average speed, average maneuvers. We're not getting any maneuvers we haven't seen before, at least not in this first model.
Right.
It's not doing anything that a regular railed roller coaster has never been able to do. So I'm not that excited otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, the layout looks fine. It could be a good solid ride. You know, the single rail thing, it's not unprecedented, though.
Well, steeplechase.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, there you go.
I
I know I've seen something with single rail before, so this is not the first thing.
Yeah, that. And then there was the single rail suspended coasters.
But it's like, but we're talking like, a single rail coaster has not come along in a very long time.
No, and never one that did all these maneuvers.
Okay, yeah,
all the crazy inversions and vertical drop and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna have the vertical drop, which is starting to become standard these days.
Yeah,
and it's got a few inversions. It's got like an Immelman that they're calling something else, a Raven, because it's not B&M.
Yeah.
It's got what else? Just a zero-G roll, I think, and a stall.
Maybe a corkscrew. I don't know. Yeah.
I think, well, it looks actually more like a corkscrew. They're saying zero-G roll.
Yeah.
In the material, and then
or a cutback or something.
And that looks like a cutback.
Well, that's not an inversion, but yeah.
They're calling that the stall, though.
Oh, they're calling it. All
but
right.
It doesn't look like. I thought the stall was the thing on Goliath that we actually enjoyed.
Oh, the
underside of an arch.
Yeah.
I thought that's what that was.
Sure.
I could be wrong.
Whatever.
I guess in my old age, I'm getting fuzzy on the names of these things. I don't know.
Whatever. There's twists and turns in there.
Yeah. All right. That's enough of that, right?
Yeah. Should we skip to the other one?
Well, yeah. It's already been cat's out of the bag. We already mentioned it. California's Great America is the Cedar Fair Park. That's also getting one of these. It will be called... Oh, actually, we didn't even... Six Flags Fiesta Texas. It's going to be a Wonder Woman ride. Yeah, the Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth. Something. Lasso coaster.
Fine.
Whatever else.
Whatever.
I got it wrong. The other one's called Railblazer. Better name. Take the T out of Trailblazer, and you got Railblazer. So this is same thing, same model. It is mirror image. That's the big difference.
I wonder if Rocky Mountain said, you sure you want it this way? What if we did mirror image?
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
I wonder if they knew. Yeah, I don't know how that kind of thing works. I wonder like if who called first and who knew. And
yeah.
It's interesting. But yeah, so they're getting one. Railblazer doesn't really mean anything other than the fact, I guess, it's referring to a single rail, I guess. And then they're going to put a bunch of fake rock work and... like a little fake pond that the whole thing will go over. It's kind of a Cedar Fair-ish thing, I guess. It reminds me of Shoot the Rapids. It's like they'll just put a coaster.
Maverick had some fake
that theme.
rock
work
yeah. Too. Yeah.
So they all have fake rock work and some water.
Yep, there you go.
But same thing, so there you go. Yeah, everything we said for Wonder Woman goes for this other one. What the hell is it? Wonder Woman's bra? What is it? Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster. That does not...
Wait, hold on.
That does not... Why? What?
Coaster is in the title?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
That doesn't flow off the tongue whatsoever. It's also just bad. That is another, it seems like a step backwards. Like a roller coaster is a new thing, and we have to tell people that this is a coaster. It's like, just call it Wonder Woman, or Wonder Woman Golden Shower, or whatever the hell you want to call it. What is it? I can't remember it. Wonder Woman Golden
Lasso Coaster.
So just Wonder Woman Golden Lasso, that is kind of weird. You can't end it there. It's bad. It's all bad.
Yeah.
All right, don't do it.
Railblazer's better. Just
Railblazer's much better name.
Six Flags.
All right. All right. Next up, Cedar Point. Well, this is we've already talked about half of the story about Main Street closing. And finally, in one of the worst kept secrets ever, Although they really couldn't keep it a secret because they were doing construction on it all summer long.
It's their own fault. They
Yeah.
took 2 years to make this thing.
Yeah, that's true. We all knew they were Rocky Mountaining Mean Streak, essentially. Putting the steel rails on.
Hold on.
What?
I know that at least I said I didn't think it was going to be Rocky Mountain because they haven't done one yet and all this stuff. So
okay.
I was wrong. So there you go.
All right.
They really are doing Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, it's going to Cedar Fair now. They're doing it too. So
They're
we
on
already said
board.
Railblazer. So yeah, Cedar Fair now fully on board with Rocky Mountain.
Yep.
They really are becoming the biggest selling coaster manufacturer of today.
Oh yeah. Oh, they are so hot.
in this country, at least. So Cedar Point, what would we say? Main Streak, getting the rails, becoming Meaner Streak, right? No,
Meanest streak.
Meanest Streak, Iron Streak. They didn't want to do Iron Streak.
No, steel streak.
They didn't want to do Steel Streak.
It just sounds gross.
Steel Streak is what it should have been, actually, or Steel Mean Steel.
Mean steel would have been
Steel. I like it.
good. Mean steel, mean iron. Mean steel was better.
Mean
yeah.
Steel. Yeah, why didn't they do that?
I don't know.
That's you're stupid. That's why. This is Steel Streak. It does sound kind of gross. Anything streak is
That's
kind
a
of gross.
nasty- Yeah.
Yeah. I got a steel streak in my pants. You wouldn't believe it, man. Well, that's like me. I had a mean streak in my pants yesterday. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, mean streak is like a little too cutesy, even.
You think? It's like
Oh, that guy's got a mean streak.
well, it's just
okay.
It's like it's like a movie thing. Like and old westerns may have said that, but it's like no one ever talked like that in
That's
real
not
life.
legitimately badass. It's just
No one actually speaks that way.
That's what I'm saying. It's
about
kinda cutesy.
someone. Yeah. Oh, he's got a mean streak. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Steel Vengeance.
That is kind of badass.
Yeah, that's actually a good name. I kind of like Mean Steel as well, but Steel Vengeance is very good.
Yeah.
It's a fine name. So far, Cedar Fair doing some good names for next year's coasters.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. The naming department's doing a good job. It is going to be large.
and in charge.
Just like Main Streak was the tallest wooden roller coaster when it opened in 1991, this will be the tallest wooden roller coaster to now have steel rails.
That's way too specific.
Ever opened. Yes, it is. It is, but at the same time, there's becoming so many now that it almost does deserve to be its own category.
Strangely enough,
Because
I can't argue with that.
you know, it was when it first happened, and it was only like one or two. It was kind of like, what do we do? Is it steel? Is it wood? And there was a whole debate. And blah,
Oh,
blah.
it's garbage.
Well, steel wood is garbage, but still, it's still hard to compare it or put it up against like the steel rail, tubular steel rail roller coasters. So it's now there's so many that we can really look at it as a different category altogether. I don't necessarily have a problem with that.
As long as it's a subcategory. Steel and wood are the only two
Well, that's
so
yeah,
far.
right.
As a subcategory,
And concrete.
fine. Concrete rails, yes.
Yes, and the concrete rails.
Until that comes along,
MDF.
until MDF rails come
Why
along.
not do MDF instead of wood? It's just be too expensive.
Maybe, I don't know.
It would wear better, right? Theoretically.
Oh, then wood?
Yeah.
Theoretically, yeah.
All right.
You know, I didn't even know. I'm not a contractor.
Yeah, I know. It might just be too brittle, like break.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be large. It'll be the tallest of its kind.
And in charge.
205 feet. The straight up 200-foot drop.
Yeah, this is exciting. This
So
is
large.
This is cool.
Very steep drop. Does it go vertical at some point?
I think it does.
I think it does in the middle. It's going to hit 74 miles per hour. That's very fast. Faster than you've gone on any of these Rocky Mountain hybrid things before. It's going to have 4 inversions, which I think is the most of those that they've done, or at least ties it. They've never done more than 4.
It's not a ton.
Yeah, another one of those like where these days it's almost like a step backwards, where it's like,
Yeah.
are we forgetting that there's 7 inversion rides that are out there?
Yeah, we can't go beyond 7 in this country. I
We
don't
never
know what
be
it
on
is.
7 ever, but also no one's even touching 7 anymore.
Right.
Now everything's less than that. Banshee is the one outlier in the last 5 years,
Oh.
and no one's even touching 7, and they're touting 3 and 4 like it's a big deal. It's fine if you want to tout the fact that there are inversions at all, but, you know, the number is not impressive when you really think about it. But who really thinks about this stuff other than us and the people that listen to us?
Well, it's cool if this is going to be a hyper, though. It's going to be over 200.
Yeah, that really is crazy. It's the same height as Magnum.
Damn.
With a bigger drop.
That's
right? Because
cool.
Magnum just hit 200, and I think it's like 195 or 6 or something is the drop.
Oh, okay.
And then this is going to be, actually, it's higher, 205 and then 200. So larger than Maverick. Larger than Magnum. That's kind of weird to think, actually.
Yeah, that is strange. But hey, it's cool. They're going to have, how many coasters now? Is it 4 that's over 200 feet in that park?
Yeah, I saw something
Or 5?
about that being a record as well.
Because how tall is Wicked Twister?
Like the most roller coasters over 200 feet.
Because you got Magnum, you got Millennium Force, you got Dragster. You're going to have this. What about, how tall is Wicked Twister?
And Wicked Twister, I think maybe. I think it's like, maybe, is it 220?
Yeah, you're gonna make it all 220? Yeah, 220, 221, whatever it takes.
215.
Oh, 15, okay.
So, wow, they're going to have a lot of rides over 200 feet in this park.
Yeah.
Oh, Valraven, too. I almost forgot about that.
Oh, wow.
That's over 200. So,
Okay.
shit, man.
Gatekeeper's not?
170.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so a big addition. Mean Streak needed to go, and this will be good, I think, for the park as a whole.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, upgrading Mean Streak can't go wrong.
Yeah, and we know Rocky Mountain is really good.
Oh, yeah.
I almost want to say you can't go wrong with them. At least not yet. They haven't had a major misstep yet. I think it's a good move for them. They're touting a lot of records. I think that's dangerous for them. But
Because they get burned every time they do it.
Yeah. So it goes without saying now that what Magic Mountain is going to get, even though they already have one, they're going to add 100 feet onto Twisted Colossus or something next year. It has to happen, right? Because there's no way Cedar Point is keeping this record for more than 1 year. No way. We're going to get a taller one. We're going to get a faster one. Something's going to be
Great Adventure or Magic Mountain will get something taller.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
They're going to Rocky Mountain El Toro, finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that ride really needs it. Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to Rocky Mountain it. They're going to make it 215 feet or something. And
No, they're gonna Rocky Mountain King to Ka.
they're going to Rocky... Because that does need it. That thing is riding rough as hell lately. So, Steel Vengeance, good stuff. Western theme, the only theme Cedar Fair knows how to do, which is good, actually. I feel good about that. I feel like that'll work out. They have some kind of bullshit story with like 3 cowboys or something, right? I didn't read it, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to lie.
No, because it won't matter after... Oh, no, it never mattered.
It never mattered. It doesn't matter today. Yeah. Before it's even built, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's a roller coaster. It's nothing to do with anything. It's not going to matter. There's not going to be any themed tunnel or dark ride part or anything like that. So,
Right, you're not going to be lost.
No.
It's just a coaster.
it's just, yeah, it doesn't matter. But I actually don't mind that they do that. I mean,
No, it's fine.
They're trying.
They want to have some fun with it. That's cool.
yeah, have fun with the guys. So, it's good. And that's it, right? Nothing more to say there.
That's it.
It's just going to be large, and, I feel like
in charge.
It'll be good. How many more times? Large in charge. Okay. What else we got? Cedar Fair. The other Rocky Mountain that Cedar Fair is getting is at King's Dominion. Twisted Timbers. Mystic Timbers is about to get a steel cousin. They're using that Timbers name a lot lately. They like it. They like Timbers.
Even though it's a steel coaster.
Yeah, now this is weird because this is actually a steel roller coaster. This is their Rocky Mountaining hurler. So again, another terribly kept secret. They should have announced this last summer to make it more of a pop, I guess, more of a big surprise moment. Instead, everybody kind of knew this was coming. But you have a picture up here. Did they only do maroon rails? Is that a thing? Now that I'm realizing, almost all the Rocky Mountain coasters have the maroon rails.
I guess so.
Right? That's weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or everybody just picks that. All right, whatever.
Whatever.
This has a whole backstory that, again, I don't really care about. But it's very much like Mystic Timbers. They gave it a very similar backstory, only it's an orchard instead of a lumber mill. And again, I guess it's like the trees fighting back or something.
Yeah, it's a weak horror movie kind of thing.
I don't know, yeah. And Only
And
now
you're
they're-
riding some kind of beat up car.
or they're fighting back with steel this time.
Yeah, fine.
And and this is you're riding in like a beat up truck that you found and you're running away with. So the beat up truck trains, although they look a little clunkier in the artwork, they don't look as smooth and streamlined as what the GCI was able to do with their Millennium Flyer trains. So I'll say that. But okay, so you got the trucks on the steel rails this time.
Oh, yeah. I'm just realizing that now. That is interesting. They went with GCI for the Mystic Timbers, and they're going Rocky Mountain for this Twisted Timber.
Oh yeah, there's no. I mean, this is completely different in a lot of ways, but then similar in the theme and the. I guess the sort of the size and the stats of the ride are similar, but this will be your typical Rocky Mountain conversion job. It'll follow the path, the more or less the path that Hurler followed, just the footprint, but do it all differently with different hills, and they're going to add inversions. This one will have, I think, three inversions, 20 airtime hills. They're dispensing with the first drop, and they're going for the barrel roll. Someone else did that already, right? That's not the first one.
Storm Chaser.
Yeah.
Kentucky Kingdom.
So it's the second time where it'll just be kind of a downward barrel roll will be the first drop.
Okay.
Not bothering to have a traditional first drop. Overall, it looks cool.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Definitely an improvement.
You're again, like with Mean Streak, it's like you're kind of redoing that ride. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. It's like anything will be better than what was there.
Yeah.
Looks fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting that Cedar Fair is going sort of whole hog on this Rocky Mountain thing. You know, they haven't worked with them before, and now they're doing 2 in one season.
Yeah, we would have thought they would have done this Twisted Timbers first.
Right, just to test them out, but they are doing Twisted Timbers and Mean Streak in the same season.
Well, Steel Vengeance, but yeah.
Sorry, yeah, whatever, Steel Vengeance. So, you know, they're, well, I mean, it's not like Rocky Mountain isn't proven.
That's the thing. I'm sure they've gone through and rode all the Six Flags ones.
Yeah.
So they know what's what. Yeah. And Cedar Fair is kind of always hated wood, it would seem.
Oh, yeah.
So this is perfect for them. I don't know, another 10 years, they may have no wood in the entire company. Maybe Beast would be the only thing left, you know. And Mystic Timbers, they just built that. But
yeah, they dabble in wood here and there. They, you know, with that.
And Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's like going
Ghost Rider, Renegade, you know.
Oh,
they dabble here and there.
Yeah, but they seem not to like it mostly.
Yeah.
So this is all good for them. I'm sure they're happy with this. No one's going to miss Hurler. Some kind of warehouse. I don't know. It's not confirmed. Are they doing the same thing? Will there be a themed thing right before you roll back to the station? I don't know.
It's like based on what you said, I hope not, but
on what I said about Mystic Timbers.
Yeah.
This one mentions like a warehouse instead of a shed. It's like, you know, the warehouse has been closed for years and until now. Until now it's open.
There's just like Wayne's World props in there. I mean,
that would be funny. That would be great, actually.
It has the Paramount logo on there.
Yeah, it's just the warehouse of forgotten dreams.
Doll parts and
Paramount.
all that stuff.
Yes, that's the weirdest reference from Wayne's World 2. That if I never read it, I would never have known still to this day.
Yep.
Yeah, really crazy.
The station is a dollhouse.
Yeah.
No, not a dollhouse, but doll factory.
Doll factory.
Doll factory.
Closed doll factory. Or was. Twisted Timbers. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot, actually. Both of these. It's good shit. Good shit. Oh, funny though too. There's another identical roller coaster to the Hurler at Carowinds, so it's kind of like, you know, Cedar Fair is admitting it's a crap ride.
Yeah.
Because in a way, that's what all these are, right? As soon as a roller coaster gets the
Yes.
Rocky Mountain treatment, the park is acknowledging the fact that the ride that was there previously was kind of crap and
Exactly.
needed improvement. So this is the first time we have a twin with a ride that's being improved had a twin or has a twin. So it's like now you're supposed to go to Carowinds and be like excited about that. Like this company admitted that this ride blows.
Yeah.
So why am I going on it?
Well, all right. At least in the Hurler's defense, that was not Cedar Fair. That was Paramount.
Well, they inherited that ride. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Mean Streak was all them. That's on them. But the Hurlers, they inherited that.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny. But now, of course, you wonder, will they eventually do this to the other Hurler?
I don't see why not.
I kind of hope so.
Actually, yeah, I do kind of hope
Carowinds
so.
has a great lineup on of its own right, or in its own right, to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be great, just a great addition to get a Rocky Mountain.
Oh, just make that park even better? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully they do. All right. Knott's Berry Farm. What are they growing these days at the farm? They're not growing anything. They're adding to their boardwalk themed area, and it's going to be hang time. You know, it's funny. Not the first ride in the Cedar Fair chain to ever have that name. Dorney Park had a top spin called Hang Time for many years.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
They tore that out just a couple years ago. But yeah, they've used that name before. So it's kind of funny. Hang Time. Going to be a Gerstlauer. A Gerstlauer Infinity roller coaster.
Okay.
So what is that?
It's the one that crashes and takes people's legs off.
Oh, a Smiler? Is that...
Well, it says less than half the inversion, so maybe that'll help.
Okay. Is there any like this yet?
In this country, Monster at Adventureland, maybe?
Oh, Adventureland, Iowa. Okay.
Yes.
That's new this year, in 2017. So we have not done this yet.
Yeah, Monster at Adventureland.
Okay. It's going to be pretty tall, 150 feet. It's going to have that vertical spike lift hill and beyond 90-degree drop. So that in itself isn't all that unique any longer. Pretty big layout, I suppose. It's got a bunch of inversions. I don't know. It looks like it could be okay.
Yeah, I guess I've come to accept that these rides are standard these days.
Here to stay.
Yeah.
That no one's buying B&M anymore.
Yeah, like the more compact, small train, I have to assume cheaper, sit-down inverted roller coaster.
Right. Inverting, I guess.
Inverting roller coaster. Yes.
Yeah, no one's building B&M floorless designs any longer.
I mean, they're not bad rides. They're fun. I shouldn't complain at all.
Yeah, and this is going to be a large one. I mean, of them, 150 feet. It's not a small ride, in height at least. I really have to ride it. I mean, yeah, because these rides can be a lot of fun. Some of them, though, can be a little less than fun.
It's just kind of lacking, yeah.
Yeah, like that one. Who made the one on Coney Island then?
Oh, that was Zamperla. That was them.
That was Zamperla. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
that was
Zamperla.
terrible.
That's bad. Yeah, then we get some other ones. Who makes the Mystery Mine?
That's Gerstlauer.
Okay, that's the Eurofighter, though.
Yes.
That's their other... It's like the same thing. It's just a different train, right? Essentially.
Is it even? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's not a single train. Oh, no. There was two.
Oh, yeah. So
Maybe
what is
it
the
the
difference?
same? I don't know.
It's like the same thing, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
So it's kind of like it's like those. And those are good. There was like that shark one, whatever that was.
Oh, Iron Shark
On the pier. Yeah.
at Galveston.
That was
Pleasure Pier.
That was kind of fun. And SpongeBob. SpongeBob was fun.
Yeah, at
Nickelodeon universe.
right in Mall of America. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. These are not bad rides. I'm not saying they are. You know, even that what was it, Zero at Impulse at Knoebels. I mean, that's a
okay.
lot of fun.
That
Actually may be my favorite of those.
Yeah, they actually did a Cobra roll.
That
And
was really
some of the better elements. I would maybe be happier if they were doing that 150-foot version of that
yeah.
and Knott's. But this could be neat. It looks pretty twisted. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Sure.
That's all I could say. We'll see.
I know this is a park that's tight on space, so you know what? I can't really blame them for trying to go more compact.
Yeah, they tried the B&M with the Silver Bullet, and
Well, that just like went over a bunch of shit.
they just had to really shoehorn that in there and
Yeah.
build over things, and in the end, it didn't come out great.
Yeah.
It's far from the best inverted coaster. It's really, I don't even know if it's middle of the pack. It's kind of bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it is.
So,
It's like down there with Patriot and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so if they were going to do that for a floorless, but put it over everything just to fit it, because, B&M has those giant thick supports and everything is overbuilt and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I guess in that case, in this particular park, I definitely give it a pass and say, okay, good, go for the compact thing. I mean, it's fitting in the spot of a boomerang?
Yeah.
Essentially. So it's like, it's got to be a small footprint. They didn't have a lot of land to work with. So, all right, we'll see. we'll get there eventually, I guess, once this ride's open. So
Yeah.
all right, whatever. I'm not running back though for it. I'll say that too.
I kind of hate though that they're calling this a dive coaster, and
Are they doing that?
that's B&M's model. That's not Gerstlauer.
Yeah. Well, I think I read that it's going to have that couple second pause at the top.
But still, it's not their model. It's not Gerstlauer's
Yeah,
model. That kind of annoys me just a little bit. It doesn't really matter, but that's a nitpicky thing.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's all right, B&M. You'll get another ride somewhere. What else? Well, there's only one other new roller coaster so far announced for 2018 that we haven't spoken about. Time Traveler.
Oh, we're getting out of Cedar Fair.
This thing looks kind of wacky. This is... Who is this? Is this Mac?
Yes, it is a Mac.
All right, Macking out.
It's an extreme spinning coaster.
Yeah. This is something that they had been developing for a few years. Is there anything like it yet?
At least not in this country.
Okay. It's essentially a spinning car roller coaster, and by spinning we mean a spin in place, lateral spin, what would you call that? Spinning around, teacup spin,
Okay.
I don't know what else to call it. Not your Joker, those S&S
Like a spinning mouse.
free spins. Yeah, the spinning mouse style where you're spinning around. Combining that with a launch coaster that also has inversions. And very steep drops.
Why not?
So you're just really going for everything here. Now, the one thing, though, is it is going to be a controlled spin. So you will not be free spinning, because that would just kill you, I guess, potentially.
Sure.
Because you're going to launch and you're going to go through inversions. I mean, if you were free spinning, that's just, there's too many variables, I guess.
Yeah.
So they're going to do a controlled spin, and so you'll be the direction you need to be at certain points. Oh, wait a minute. Well, who built Cobra's Curse?
Yeah, it's Mac.
Okay, so there you go. So that's actually, it's going to be the extreme version of that.
Yeah.
Because there. So they did build something like that already then in this country with that track system and
Yeah, but that's not a controlled spin.
I thought it was. It just goes.
Oh, I thought that was free.
Yeah, no, I think it's always controlled.
Oh, okay.
It goes forward, backwards, sideways, and then gives you a spin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all controlled.
Well, that's a cool ride. I like that ride.
Yeah, it's a fun ride system. So they're taking that to the extreme. So, I mean, it's good and smooth. We liked the Cobra's Curse. So this could be good. It's a wacky ride for a wacky park. Is what it really is.
Yeah.
The park is just kind of out there
It does its own thing.
to begin with. I mean,
It doesn't even follow suit with like Dollywood. It just does where the
Oh,
heck
yeah,
it
no,
is.
it's physically out there. It's kind of like in a weird area of the country. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. If it wasn't for the entertainment town of Branson, that's kind of outside it. And then they do whatever the hell they want. And they're always doing different things. That whole, I still don't totally understand what happened with whatever it was first, and then Powder Keg and all that garbage.
Oh, Buzzsaw Falls.
Yeah, that was just a weird thing. They just took a chance on some weird prototype thing, and then
Well, that was Premiere. I think.
turned it into another weird prototype thing, and the whole thing is just bizarre. And it's fun when you're there and you go on it, but it's it doesn't sync up with anything else that goes on in the industry at any time.
Right.
They really do their own thing. They did go Rocky Mountain though. They kind of did Rocky Mountain before it was cool.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Which is kind of cool.
They jumped on it very early.
But again, that's what they do. They just jump on things, and then
Rocky Mountain Custom. I think they were the first.
That was the first Rocky Mountain Custom, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, they do things that no one else is doing, and then maybe in that case, it takes off and people follow later. In other cases, like Buzzsaw Falls and even the Powder Keg that replaced it,
Oh yeah.
they do things that no one else touches afterward because it's that thing was okay, but whatever, it's not great. So it fits in there, and I have to say it's the first thing. It's been a long time now. It's been I think 9 years since we've been there. And this is the first thing that I've heard about the park since we have been there that makes me want to go back.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Even the Rocky Mountain, I wanted to try it, but I don't know, it wasn't enough. We already were getting on other Rocky Mountains at the same time,
Yeah.
and kind of experiencing it. And then I felt I want to do it, but I can wait still. This is the first thing they've done in all these years that it's kind of all right, this is what this park should do. A weird, wacky thing.
Yeah.
It's going to have their usual backwoods inventor theme. This is a
Right.
backwoods inventor that I guess invented some kind of time machine or something. And you have to go fast, but also spin,
Right.
I guess, to go through time or whatever. And it looks neat. Yeah, it's going to be weird. All right, what else? Let's do. All right, now that's the coasters. That's sort of the best of what's been announced so far. But what's the rest that's been announced so far?
Well, Valley Fair is getting a Larson Super Loop.
Wow. More cross-chain kind of stuff. Six Flags was big on the Super Loops. And maybe still is. There's rumors that they may be announcing a couple more this year.
Yeah.
And yet, now Cedar Fair jumping on it.
So weird, yeah.
I actually don't like that, though, only because why is Cedar Fair playing catch-up?
Yeah.
Like, they have their own shit. They have their own ideas, don't they? I mean, why, like, Six Flags does Rocky Mountain. Oh, we're going to do Rocky Mountain. Six Flags does Super Loops. Now we're going to do Super Loops.
Yeah.
Are they going to do the SNS free spin coasters now? Are they also,
Justice League?
well, that would be good, actually, if they did that.
Yeah.
If they worked with Sally and did their own Dark Ride adventure.
Yeah.
The thing they picked, the Triotech, we don't know for sure yet, but not hearing great things, though. Yeah, I don't like that, but whatever. I mean, Super Loop, is it the same thing, the 70-foot basic model?
Not sure.
They don't
but
say, but whatever.
It probably is. It looks
Yeah.
like it from the pictures.
the artwork.
Animation, artwork, yes.
All right, whatever. Is there something else?
No, going to that Route 66, not 66, but
Route 76?
Route 76 area.
They got you by one number.
1 decade, yeah. The Super Loops are fun, but it's not the best flat ride. It's
No,
whatever.
It's
It's a fine addition. It's not the best.
it's
though.
quickly becoming the new Scrambler for me. It's like I'm just
Yeah.
I like if we like I guess not if, but when we get back to Valley Fair, it's like we're not going to do it. Like tell you right now.
Yeah.
I can call it right now. I'm not wasting time on that. And a part that I go to like once a decade.
Right.
It's a waste. All right, next.
All right, Worlds of Fun.
Hey. Look at you. You're at Worlds of Fun.
They're doing some sort of flat ride, Nordic Chaser. Don't know what it is.
Apparently they hired the Busch team on this one because it looks very Invader-like.
Yeah, it has a Viking theme.
It's a Viking theme.
Or a Scandinavian theme.
And they also took out a vowel to end in 2 consonants. They did the same thing. It's Nordic without the it's an I, right? Or is it an E? It's an I. Nordk. Chaser.
What? No. What are you talking about? Are you being serious?
No, they didn't?
No. RDIC.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. No, look at it. It looks like a DK.
No, I saw it once you started to explain
Right?
it, but I was like, but it's
it
not what it
looks
is.
like it. I wasn't sure. Yeah, no.
Here, though.
I'm a little okay. All right. In the type, I see it, but I'm a little further back than you. It really does look like Nordk.
No, it does. You're right. It does.
They really fucked that up. That's really bad. And you wouldn't put it past them, right?
No.
Because that's what
I
parks are doing.
Yes.
That's what everybody's doing these days.
we don't know what it is, though.
They haven't released what it is.
No.
Nordic Chaser, and it's a flat ride, right?
It's supposed to be a family ride. Parents and children will be able to ride together.
Okay.
For once in
Yeah.
this industry.
Because that's never happened. Going to be, I guess it's going, they do have like a Norway, right?
Oh, yeah, they have a Scandinavian themed area. They have the log flume, the entrance area.
Scandinavian log flume.
The first area you come to is
Okay.
Scandinavian.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah.
All right, so some kind of flat. It's going to be a Super Loop. Let's just face it.
Could be, yeah.
Let's face it. No, it's. I think they probably don't know. Maybe they haven't ordered it yet.
They got a name, they got a logo, but they don't know anything else.
I guess it's going to be a used ride from somewhere else, rethemed.
Oh.
No, it's going to be a Sea Storm, right?
A
Max Sea Storm?
Yeah, Maxi Storm, yes. Maxi Storm.
That would actually be pretty crazy if someone built a new one of those or bought a new one of those.
Yeah.
At all of a sudden,
Would be.
we loved that when we were kids, thanks to Busch Gardens Williamsburg. All right, whatever. It's to be seen. It's not going to change anything in that park, though. I'll tell you that.
Nope.
All right, who's next?
Carowinds.
Carowinds.
Camp Snoopy.
We're doing Camp Snoopy. Well, wait a minute. I thought they were getting away from camp. Didn't they have a bunch of Camp Snoopies and they turned them all into Planet Snoopies?
Yeah,
And now what? They had a Planet Snoopy and they're going to Camp Snoopy? I don't get it.
that's right.
So, change for the sake of change. We can definitely say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just every so many years they feel they need to slightly alter what the Snoopy area is.
They're going to add a bunch of kitty flats.
All right, that
That's
part
fine.
is good.
Yeah.
But there's no point in changing the name of the area.
No, not really.
No, it's just leave it. It's fine. It's Snoopy. You know, I guess it's kind of up to this point in history, like these parks, these regionals, they've probably haven't gone more than like 10 years or so without changing the theme of the kids area. But usually it was because of like a buy and sell situation or something, and then they'd end one IP and they'd start another one or that sort of thing. But now we're in a period of some stability with these parks and who owns them. And so now you have Cedar Fair and they have Snoopy and that's what they got. But I guess they feel like it's stale to the kids after a while. And so they're looking like, well, we're not buying another IP. We're not doing that. Or buying the rights to one. So it's going to stay Snoopy no matter what. But all right, it hasn't been camp in a while. So make it camp again. Or this park hasn't had a camp overlay to Snoopy's area. So put the camp overlay.
Yep.
So now they're going back to camp.
Yeah, it's just
After all these years,
it's unnecessary.
They're going back to the camp idea, but you kind of wiped that off with the other parks. You already got rid of all that. So they're just going to take a bunch of props out of storage is actually what they're going to do, right? In the Cedar Fair warehouse somewhere, they kept a bunch of the old camp props that they took out of some of the other parks, and they're going to put them in there.
It is weird how it's inconsistent across the chain.
Yeah.
Because Cedar Point has Camp Snoopy, right?
Theirs is still camp.
Yeah.
They didn't get away from the camp.
Whatever. It's fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's just strange.
It's such a nothing move. It's just nothing. It's just.
Yeah.
But they're adding a few rides. That's the thing. The
Well, that's
story
cool.
is, they're burying the lead. I mean, the story is they're heading some flats for the kids.
Yeah.
So that's what you really should go with. I mean, don't worry about what you're calling it, guys. It's the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
All right, what's next? That's what Carowinds is doing.
All right. Canada's Wonderland adding a couple of flats.
They're doing flats too. Okay.
They added a couple of flats last year, I think, too. So
Yeah.
they're continuing on the flat
They love
train.
flats in Canada, though.
Yeah.
They keep the rare ones, like the UFO.
The UFO.
Like the UFO. So they like them there.
And they had their permanent top scan before
Oh, yeah.
those other dang Cedar Fair parks put them in.
They did. They were on that so many years ago. So they like them there.
All right, so they're getting Lumberjack, which looks like some sort of Aero 360 kind of deal, flat ride.
That, what is that, Sam Perla Hawk?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they said exactly what it is, but something, either that or something like that. Either way,
Same thing.
Not my favorite
same
kind
difference.
of flat ride. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't do it. Another one when we
Right.
go back, we won't do it.
And Flying Canoes, which looks like, I don't know, Dumbo, but canoes?
That's really dumb.
It's like, hub and spoke ride over, with a little bit of pool of water in the middle, and you're kind of going around, going up and down.
Yeah, but you're in canoes for.
Well, you're in canoes, yeah, so, I don't know.
And does one family get to sit in the middle? In the center of the ride? That's what the artwork has. And then one lucky family sits in the center hub of the ride and laughs and goofs around.
I guess so.
Yeah, you sit on a canoe in the center. On a column of water.
So,
All right, this is
fine.
nothing,
I don't know.
nothing
It's
stuff.
like, yeah, it's not exciting.
This is like, okay. It's like they had to get something, so they're doing this.
So who was left out in the cold? We got Dorney Park.
That's it for Cedar Fair?
And that is it. So we got Dorney Park and Michigan's Adventure not getting anything for 18.
Ooh, well, Michigan's Adventure, come on.
They get the cold shoulder.
That's not a surprise.
Right. Dorney, I feel like they kind of get nothing a lot of the time also, though.
Have they gone, I don't know, have they ever done nothing? They usually
feel
get
like
at
they
least like a
have.
water slide for the
water
water
slide.
park or something.
Oh, no, they're getting a new food stand or restaurant kind of thing in Wild Winter Kingdom.
Oh,
That's what they're getting.
so that is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a food in a water park, it's too weird. I don't like it. I want to eat wearing almost nothing
Okay.
around a bunch of other people wearing almost nothing. It's just too weird. Do the water rides and then leave the area to go eat later.
Yeah.
And then what about Kings Island? I know you got something big for me. New entrance,
No, nothing.
giant 400-foot B&M going through the entrance?
Not a goddamn thing.
No? Second Banshee? Second side of Banshee?
Not anything.
No? They're finally building that second volcano?
Nothing.
Superloop? Come on! Give me something here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so 3.
Crickets.
3 parks in the chain getting not a single thing. Well,
Not a ride.
Kings Island got a major installation in 17, so, I mean, that's fine. That's acceptable. Dorney Park, I mean, that park just gets no love in the chain. Neither does Michigan's Adventure. It's like, I was about to say, all right, that's more justified because it's a smaller park and everything. That's not really right, though, either.
It's not. It's a smaller market.
Yeah, it's
though.
like, but you should still build it up.
We'll
You know, it's
say
like
that.
give people a reason to go.
Dorney's more shocking. It's a park we know really well. It's one of our extended family of home parks.
Yeah.
And it's like in between like the New York, Philadelphia area.
Yeah, that's major.
I mean, it's major. I gotta believe with that one though, they're limited on land, and the local town doesn't want to approve much.
Oh, they hate it.
And that has to be
Hate
that has to be the reason why. Because if they could have, I'm sure they would have wanted to blow that park up by now. And I mean in the good way, build.
Yeah.
And would have put in like a couple more new lands and like really expanded it if they could have. If there had been a vacant field or a forest right next to it that they could have expanded into. But they're as large as it can be already, and it's not that big. And then the local town doesn't want to approve much. So, anything else?
That's it for Cedar Fair.
Now we're far from being over, though. I mean, you're gonna have Six Flags with their big dump, and I'm sure a couple other parks will announce some things in the weeks to come. So stay tuned, folks. Don't read anything. Wait for us to release an episode weeks later and talk the shit out of it.
Weeks later.
Because that's the way you should consume your information. At least your roller coaster information. Don't do that with other things. Learn your world affairs as they happen. But, coaster stuff, wait for us. Because when you think about it, I mean, it's not going to really affect your life. Whether, if you didn't know about flying canoes yet, and this is the first time you're finding out, I mean, that's fine, right? I mean,
Sure.
Would that have really affected your life in the last few weeks? No. So there you go. Just wait for us. All right. So new for 2018. There we go. So far. So good. Thanks for writing.